Bella here, and today we are going to be doing a book haul. I don't really know what I want to do yet. First I'm going to show off the books that I finished reading and do like a little review about it if I can remember correctly. And then I will show you the books that I'm going to read and whatnot. I don't read, First of all, sorry for the angle. You were literally behind 3 stuffed animal cats and on my windowsill because there's nowhere else to put you where there's good lighting. And my light is off, so yeah. And the window's right open, so I thought it'd be better. Anyways, I don't normally read like actual books. I have finished a lot, but mainly the books that I read are all on Wattpad, which I have finished most of them and stuff like that, so it's just like, yeah. So we're gonna start with the books that I finished. There's another book that I have, but it was a library book and I turned that in a while ago, so yeah. Okay, so the very first book that I finished is called If Only It Were True. I got this book at Goodwill, and it was such a good book. It's where this girl, what's her name? I think her name is Lauren. Yeah. There's a girl named Lauren who got in a car accident and was in a coma, and suddenly she is now a ghost to a guy named Arthur, and he's the only person that can see her, feel her, touch her, and stuff like that. It is such a good book. If you don't know me, I don't judge a book by its cover. I always read the bios of it, and such a good book. I finished it. I think this was the second book I finished. My bad. I'm dumb. Anyways, it's such a good book. I recommend you read it if you have one. This was the first book I finished, called Asylum, where a 16-year-old boy named Dan Crawford goes to college, which he doesn't know is an abandoned, and there's an abandoned asylum. It was an abandoned asylum, and him and his friends go and search more about it because he gets a lot of weird stuff going on. Like, he has weird dreams, he finds weird pictures, and he just wants to know the truth. There's like 4 books in the series. My dad said he was going to order the other 2 books for me, but that never happened. But yeah. The third book I finished is called Don't You Dare Read This, Miss Dumfrey. I read this book twice, and it's where a girl named Tish, they're doing assignments, they're doing life journals about their life and like what they do, and she has a lot of family issues going on, and the only way she makes it not read it is if you put "Do not read this, Miss Dumfrey," and she puts all of her words into a book. Her parents fight, her grandma passed away, and like her mom and dad abandoned her and her younger brother, and she had to survive for herself and steal food and stuff like that in order to survive. And in the end, unfortunately, she had to tell someone, so she told the teacher, and she finally got better of her and taking care of her brother and stuff like that. It's a really good book. I actually think I stole this from 6th grade because it was 5th grade, because it was such a good book. Next is a book called Green Angel. She's a 15-year-old girl named Green, whose parents and sister died in a fire. It's a very tragic book because she tries to change who she is into a girl called Ash. In the end, when they rebuild up her city and her town, she finally goes back to realizing that her name is Green and goes back to being the girl she was. She had her sister's, because her sister haunts her in her dreams. She never cried because she felt weak. She had a dog. She had her sister's dog, and then she made friends with like a wolf and birds and sparrows and practically me, except my family didn't die. But it's such a good book, and that was the 4th book I finished. The next book that I finished is called By the Time You Read This, I'll Be Dead. This is my friend's book that I borrowed, and I read it all in one day, which was surprising. But it's a good book. It's pretty demonic because it tells you ways on how to kill yourself, because that's what she did. Daylin Rice is broken beyond repair. That's what it says in the back. She tried to commit suicide by downing, what was it, like, downing, like, bleach and, like, gasoline or some shit like that. There's another word for it, but and then she unfortunately had to wear a neck brace and couldn't talk at all because it fucked up her vocal cords. So, and then she goes on websites, and there's this website where it tells you how many days you have left until you actually commit suicide. But in the end, she doesn't commit suicide, and a boy named Santana helps her get through it because he has some type of disease, or I think he does, I don't know. But it's a good book, very sad, but all the stories have a good ending to it, and yeah. The next book I am currently reading and in the middle of, is a book called Winter Girls. It says, it's about two girls, Leah and Cassie, who were best friends. And like, Cassie died somehow, and it's all over the news, and Leah is, struggling with anorexia and stuff like that. It's a good book so far. I'm only halfway through it, so that's why, like, I don't know much about it, because I'm only halfway through the book. It's where she tries to, I don't know, get over the cope of her best friend, and said that it wasn't her fault that she died, but, like, she sees Cassie and, like, is just going mental. But so far, it's a good book, and I really enjoy it. And then the next book that I want to read is Among the Hidden, which is what I also stole from 5th grade, because I have issues. It's called Among the Hidden. I don't know what much about it, so I'll just read the back. There was a lot against Luke. She paced and jerked back to face Luke. Sure, you can be a coward and hope someone else changes the world for you. You can hide up in that attic of yours until someone knocks at your door and says, "Oh yeah, they freed the Hidden. You want to come out? Is that what you want?" Luke didn't answer. "You've got to come out, Luke, or you'll hate yourself for the rest of your life. When you don't have to hide anymore, even years from now, there'll always be some part of you that are whispering, 'I don't deserve this. I didn't fight for you. I'm not worth it.' And you are, Luke, you are. You're smart, funny, and nice, and you should be living a life instead of being buried alive in that old house of yours." There's a lot of other books inside of this series. There's Among the Imposters, Among the Betrayed, The Barons, The Brave, The Enemy, and The Free. So there's a lot of books in this series, but I have the first book, I hope. Yeah. I haven't read it yet, but I'll be reading it as soon as I finish Winter Girls. And then my dad got me, I have a whole bunch of other, like, mysterious, I have a whole bunch of, like, mythical, mysterious, magical wizardry books, and just thought it'd be really cool to read. And then the rest of the books I read are on Wattpad, and I finished, like, 22 books. They're only about, like, around High School Host Club, like always, because I'm obsessed. But that is basically it. This probably won't be out for a while, or unless if I decide to upload this first, but I still have to think about a few things, so yeah. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. If you want me to do more haul videos, comment down below what I should do them about, because I don't have anything else to review or do a haul of. All of these are really good books. I suggest you all go read them, find them at your local bookstore, or if you have the book yourself, go ahead and read it, because I really suggest it. It's really, really good. Also, sorry if I spoil the book for you at all. I will make sure to put that there are spoilers in this video if you do have the book, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.